Afternoon all, how you all doing? It's a bit of a blustery Sunday afternoon. It's actually Father's Day today. Managed to get a little time out, a couple of hours for myself, or less, maybe, we'll see how things go. So, taking the opportunity to come out, a couple of reasons really. I haven't done a vlog for you guys for ages ever really. So I thought I'd come out and let you know what's been happening over the last few months. Most notably, new things on the bike. So I had some new tyres fitted yesterday, so I'm now running on Continental Road Attack 3s. Obviously can't give you much feedback alone because it literally is the first 10 minutes of being out on the bike and on them, but they feel nice and smooth, that is for certain. Feel quite sure-footed. The other ones which I had with the Metzler 01s, they lasted for nearly just shy of 8,600 miles, and to be fair, apart from squaring off on the back and some uneven wear on the front, which might be more to do with tyre pressure than anything else, they were, still looking like good tread, but you could certainly feel it when riding the bike. So with that, and also the rides come up later in the year, I thought, well, I might as well change them now. 8,600 miles is I think really good actually for a set of tyres. So bought these ones on Black Circles, had them delivered, then down to my local place, and they fitted them for 30 odd quid. So excellent, if you ask me. And they weren't so expensive as Metlers either, so that's why I went for a bit of a change. But they had a good write-up about them from the forums and what you read, so I decided to go for them. So if I remember, I'll give you more of an update on these once I've ridden them in more and done a few more miles on them. So going back to rides and what's been happening the last few months, we have been up to the Lake District. We went there a few weeks ago now. Obviously, I think my last one there I did the Hard Knot Pass, just a little snippet, 10-minute snippet for you guys. What a great place. We did the two rides. They were both out for the Ride magazine, you can download them off. Just adapted a bit for where we actually stayed. But other than that, it was pretty much true to the two rides in there. One was called the Lakes Loop, I think, and the other one was the Pennines Loop. Went up on a Friday, a ride on Saturday, the other ride on the Sunday, and then came home on the Monday. So enjoyable, really was good fun. So I think just on 1,000 miles over 4 days. 5 of us really enjoyed it, and the weather, well, we couldn't have asked for any better. I think apart from 20 minutes of a shower, that's all we had, which for that area I agree is pretty amazing. Yeah, so if you fancy doing a trip up to Lake District around Windermere and then off the Pennines area, then yeah, thoroughly recommend those two. Go and look them up in the Ride magazine there on the website. A couple of things I've got done. One was specifically on the back of that Pennines ride, so we all had Interphone F5s, and to be honest with you, unless you just link in with 2, maybe 3, it just doesn't work. It doesn't matter how many videos or YouTube things you watch as how to link them all up. I watched the one to link 5/6 together several times, wrote down the instructions, we followed those instructions to the letter, it would link up, and then literally probably within about 2 minutes, 5 minutes, it would just lose itself. And it was so annoying having 5 guys not being able to communicate with each other. Either you'd have 2 or 3 together. That's what it usually did. Shame really. Kind of got the ump about the whole thing, but one actually broke. The mounting of it actually broke. So on the back of that, we have changed, or 3 of us now have got the Scala Pack Talk, as you can see on my side here, all wired in, which gives you mesh connection, DMC connection, which means in basics, if everybody links that way, it doesn't matter if one drops out, they'll come straight back in again, and it doesn't break the whole chain. So if you've got 4 or 5 people on it, then if one drops off, it doesn't mean the rest will drop off, and that's the big factor of the whole thing. And you can also link in people on Bluetooth as well into the mesh chatter. So it was really a bit of a win-win. Thoroughly recommend. There's something called a Pack Talk Bold, which is much more expensive. Not quite sure the main difference is, apart from it says the voice control is you can do a lot more with it, but don't really use voice control, to be honest. Comes with an app that you can have on the phone, which makes linking to anybody and everybody, or playing radio or music or whatever it may be, so much easier than pressing buttons all the time. So really it's a massive plus over the interphones. The F5, when it worked with a couple of people, couldn't fault it, no problem at all. But it's just when you've got more people together, you just can't do anything with it. It just seems to be very, very brittle in its connections. Shame, really. But there you go, so that's that. Give you more an update once we've got it fully sorted and everybody else is linked with it, just to say how well it does work or doesn't work. What I will say is you get a boom mic and also what we call a button mic, I suppose, with it. We tried the button mics and we were getting a heck of a lot of interference, wind noise coming through. So we've actually put the boom mics in, which are technically right, I suppose, really for open-faced helmets, but it fits inside my helmet and others, and because it's directional, it cuts out any of that wind noise that you have in there, which is great. So far, so good. All works really well. And it's nice and compact as well, I think. Very easy to use. So yeah, that's that. I suppose linking that with the phone, I said it has an app. I've also got a new phone mount. The other one that I had for years and years and years, eventually, after many small repairs, decided that it wasn't going to be repaired anymore. So one of the hinges broke on it. It was a plastic one from Amazon, I think, many years ago. Worked well, but it wasn't waterproof anymore, so water was getting in. So yes, I have now gone for something completely different. As you can see, it's already wearing its waterproof membrane. I think they call it a poncho on here. But it's an excellent little system. It just, buy the appropriate casing for it, and fit that obviously onto your phone, which has the fixing in the back end of it, and that then just slips on and locks into position on the handlebar mount here. And to be honest, it's a great little system, and also you can feed the power in through it as well, which is good. Cool. Oh, I'm getting steamed up in here. I've got time here. Have I got time here? No, I haven't. Light's going to turn. Never mind. Literally just to get it off, you push that little blue lever down, as you can see, twist it, and off it comes. Just like that. No problems at all. Nice and solid on the bike. Won't come off. Nice and compact. And the good thing about it, with the multiple mounts you get, I think there's one called a wall mount, but somebody I'd read about actually used that wall mount with 3M tape on the back of it and stuck it to his blanking plate that goes on here, with it, if you haven't got the nav on, and uses his phone as a nav. So he sticks it on and has it pointing on the opposite way, portrait way, and uses that, plugs it, wires it in, and uses that for his GPS and everything else. Works really well. So I suppose as a backup you could have that, or just have it mounted here and use it as your nav on here as well. But excellent piece of kit, easy to get on and off. Just like I say, unclip it, press the blue tag down, twist it, and it comes off, and stick it in your pocket. Away you go. Don't have to think of anything else. It's not the cheapest option, I will say that much, but it works really well. I was happy with it. I managed to get off of somebody from one of the forums, so a little bit cheaper. And all I had to do, that's the mounting that is, and all I had to do was buy the case for my phone, which is a 6 Plus. Yeah, so they're the only three things that done of late. Rides coming up, North Coast 500, end of August. Really looking forward to that. It's going to be a bit of a trek. Only got a few days available, unfortunately, due to work and holidays. So it's going to be from where we are. A couple of us are going from here, which is near Gatwick area, all the way up to, I think we're going to stop at Fort William on one day, and then do half of North Coast 500 in the second day, the other half the third day, and then back on the fourth day. The other guys are going to be doing it over, taking an extra day the other side. So yeah, but on this machine, well, it should just be fun, I think. Really looking forward to that one. And then in one of the magazines, I think it was another bike magazine said about the South Coast 500, which I think they just sort of cobbled together, which is great because it's literally on the doorstep. So we thought we might do that just on a weekend. I'll stick a picture of it if I can find it and go from there. But yeah, really enjoyed that sort of ride. It should be good fun. Other than that, not many other rides we thought of. Might do some weekend aways, just some long day outs, maybe down Cheddar Gorge again. But, into the summer months, saying that, not that you think of it, look at it, all grey, could get a bit of rain. So I shall just carry on today and a little bit more of a ride. Just go around the circle, not Wally. Just go out for a little ride and then get back before the rain comes. So, ride safe, enjoy the summer months. Hope you're doing something that's going to be interesting and good rides out. Go to Europe if you are, fantastic. Can't wait to get back there, hopefully for next year. And I'll let you know how I get on with these tyres in due course. Cheers guys, ride safe. Bye.
That's all, folks.